Oh, drat. I was driving along minding my own business when that vulgar leech hit my Beamer with his pickup truck. I fear I've fractured my clavicle.
I say, old boy, don't simply put it in the hands of your insurance company to sort it out. Talk with the dedicated road solicitors at the Advocates Law Firm.
Pipe down, you old sod. The Advocates will see your case through to the bitter end and won't sleep a fortnight until they have victory in their grasp.
Jolly good, old man. Jolly good indeed. You get injured, the Advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Throw Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Before we get there, Ted, we need a definitive answer here. You are our groundhog expert. It says, so which was it? The Pakistani Phil say 6 more weeks of winter or not? I don't give a damn about Staten Island Chuck.
Phil said more winter.
All right.
It was also, snowing there.
That is a good point. That's how Phil figured it out.
That's what I'm saying. Staten Island Chuck is a ripoff. He did his taped, and he was like, it's going to be springtime. It was snowing, Chuck.
Yeah, they had a snowstorm.
They must have done it on a different day.
That's what I'm saying. He's taped the late. He's a liar.
It's phony, man.
It's like if they already played the Super Bowl and just ran it back.
Yeah, we don't know. They've already played. They're already on vacation. We don't know. You'd be disappointed, right?
I don't trust people from Staten Island to begin with.
Why would you? They choose to live there with all New York City at their disposal.
That's barely even a borough.
That's a true statement. Today we chose 32-year-old, I have no idea how to say his name, I'll just say Thomas. Can't possibly pronounce his last name, from Elblad, Poland. Now, Thomas had a few days off from work, so when his wife asked him to help out around the house, he agreed. He says he was just trying to, quote, be a good husband. He ate breakfast. Then he got to multitasking. But first things first, turned on the TV to the boxing channel in Poland. They have a boxing channel, a little jealous. Opened a beer and got to work. First thing he was going to do, iron. And Thomas says, quote, I was really getting involved in the boxing and wasn't really thinking about what I was doing. But he snapped out of his trance when the phone rang. And oddly enough, there was no one on the line when he picked it up. And not because nobody called, but because he didn't actually lift the phone. He lifted the iron to his head.
No.
It was just a knee-jerk reaction. Here's the phone ring. He's watching boxing, lifts the iron to his head. He immediately realized his mistake, because his head got really hot. So he rushed to the bathroom to splash the berm with cold water. But on the way to the bathroom, he smashed his head on a door frame.
Ow.
He now wears bandages around his head and has injuries above both eyes. As far as the accident goes, he simply said he will not watch the boxing channel anymore.
Why is he ironing?
He even said, I'm going to keep drinking beer. I'm going to keep working around the house, but I'm not going to get lost in the boxing channel anymore. Anyway, he should be okay, but damn. Doesn't do a lot for the Polish stereotype, right?
It doesn't.
Phone rings and he answers the iron.
I like that they have a boxing channel.
Dude, I thought that was great. And he's doing it in the morning. Dude rolled out of bed, cracked a beer. I'm like, my man. Puts on boxing, my man. Helping out around the house, my man. Phone rings, answers the iron, not my man.
And he's pressed. I mean, he is. Looks good.
I heard he's a little starchy.
We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Steve, throw a hug into police, everyone. How Profile This is played.
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola!
Hola! All right, Lisa, you understand how this here game is played?
I do understand quite well.
Fantastic. So you know that you have your choice of one of three stories. We have The Wonderful World of Drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guessed the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
I got to go with The Wonderful World of Drugs today.
Drugs! You have some experience with The Wonderful World of Drugs, Lisa?
I'm not going to say that I don't.
All right, I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's honest.
All right, here's your story. Not a lot of clues, but this is the story. We go to Missouri, where two people are facing drug-related charges after a police officer noticed the pair acting suspiciously. I've seen their mugshots, and I think the tip-off was just the way they looked. Now, the incident happened shortly before 8 p.m. last Wednesday at a convenience store. During their investigation, police discovered that Betty Bates was in possession of what they believed to be marijuana. Then the sheriff's canine dog also alerted police to the pair's car. That's where things got interesting. A search was conducted on the vehicle, and officers found a total of 39 grams of weed, but they found a lot of another drug. And they found this drug either on the suspects themselves or in the vehicle. Now, she was arrested for possession of a controlled substance and possession of a loaded firearm, but police said they found marijuana and the other drug on her husband. Both were taken to jail facing felony charges. They remain in jail in lieu of $50,000 cash-only bond. Now, the question is, what is the other drug that they discovered primarily on the husband and all throughout the car? Thanks to McGruff, the crime dog there. Was it cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, or crack?
Oh, goodness. I feel like there's not a lot of detail here.
There's really not. Basically, they had weed on them. It was the dog that said, look in the car. Look at the car. They got more good stuff in the car. And sure enough, the dog was right.
I feel like with the little bit of experience that I may or may not have, hypothetically, that honestly, it sounds more like maybe some, you said cocaine was one of the options?
Cocaine, meth, heroin, or crack?
That's more of a powdery substance. I feel like that would be easier spread around a car and dog. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards, but I've never experienced a dog sniffing out any drugs around me, but
I get the feeling that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. That is a good thing.
I agree.
So I'm like, man, there's very little details here.
I think I'm going to go meth, Lisa.
I think I got to go with cocaine because you said Missouri? I don't know. I'm not from there or anywhere near there, Washington born and raised, but I feel like maybe that might be something that they do in in their spare time.
Ted, what are you thinking?
What are the choices?
Cocaine, meth, heroin, or crack?
I mean, she's right. Cocaine seems like the one you would spill and it'd be all over you, right? Easy to do. It's a powder. But Missouri says methamphetamines.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm sticking with meth, man. They had ice all over them.
Lisa, you're going to stick with cocaine as your final answer.
I suppose I will.
Okay, we're going to find out what these lovely couple had there. Was it cocaine, meth, heroin, or crack next?
That was a T.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro.
Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case.
Dude, no way.
You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
At Avocado, we believe everyone deserves a safe, healthy mattress and a great night's sleep. That's why we're so excited to introduce our new Eco-Organic mattress, starting at just $6.99 with easy financing and made with the same incredibly comfortable, naturally cool materials you've come to expect from Avocado. It's a radically affordable, certified organic mattress held to the highest standards of social and environmental responsibility. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Profile this takes us to Missouri. The category is drugs. We've got a Missouri couple who were acting weird at a convenience store. Cops were called. Canine dog comes in. Turns out they did have a little marijuana on them, but they also had another drug, and the guy had it on him and in the car. So the question is, what is the other drug? Cocaine, meth, heroin, or crack?
Yes, indeed. That's what we asked Lisa. Lisa has since dropped off, but she guessed the cocaine. That is incorrect. And then Miles, you and Ted Smith both guessed meth. Ted, you said it's Missouri.
It's Missouri, dude.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
That's all the hint you need, right?
Okay. There you go. All right, now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time of 10.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon. The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today will be the Jimmys,
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel,
Seth Meyers,
Jay Seth,
Trevor Noah, Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's it. All these guys have teams of professional writers who help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be the Ted Smith original?
I think I'm going to start bringing in pencils. Remember how Letterman used to throw pencils at the camera?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw them at Mike.
Mike is our camera. Yes.
Mike, you hold up a little piece of foam and I'll just
miss and hit you in the face, yeah.
Jeff Bezos announced he is stepping down as the CEO of Amazon. Right now, his assistant is shipping his stuff home in 47 different boxes.
Seth Meyers. Yeah, Seth Meyers.
Jimmy Fallon.
Some big business news today. Jeff Bezos announced that he is stepping down as CEO of Amazon. Right now, his assistant is shipping his office stuff home in 47 different boxes.
And a shocking announcement. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos announced he is stepping down. All right, sorry. And a shocking announcement. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos announced he is stepping down as CEO. Jesus Christ. Start it from the top, Miles.
All right, here we go.
Woo! In a shocking announcement, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos announced he is stepping down. In a totally unrelated story, Amazon has to pay drivers back $61 million in the company's stolen tips.
Ted Smith.
Trevor Noah.
Ted Smith.
Ted Smith.
Jeff Bezos will officially leave at some point over the summer or by Thursday if you order using Prime.
Seth Meyers.
Oh, no, that's Jimmy Kimmel.
He will officially leave at some point this summer or by Thursday if you order using Prime.
A 12-year-old boy from Kentucky over the weekend broke the Guinness World Record by building a Star Wars Millennium Falcon microfighter kit in less than 2 minutes. So congratulations to the parents who spent $150 to keep their kid entertained for 2 minutes.
Seth Meyers. No, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon.
Seth Meyers.
A 12-year-old boy from Kentucky over the weekend broke the Guinness World Record by building a Star Wars Millennium Falcon microfighter kit in less than 2 minutes. So congratulations to the parents who spent $150 to keep their kid busy for 2 minutes.
In a new interview, the founders of Ben & Jerry's said they want to make it easier for Americans to sue police officers who abuse their authority, which is why they have introduced their new flavor, Defudge the Police.
It sounds like Seth Meyers.
It's Seth Meyers.
In a new interview, the co-founders of Ben & Jerry's said they want to make it easier for Americans to sue police officers who abuse their authority, which is why they've introduced their new flavor, Defudge the Police.
Jesus. Have you seen now Ben & Jerry's in the frozen section? It's getting wild at the store. They're selling just the chunks of fudge and just the chunks of cookie dough.
For how big is the
ice cream?
Instead of the ice cream.
Huh.
I mean, they still sell all the ice cream.
Of course. How big of a container are we talking?
Like
size of a coffee creamer. I mean, noodle size.
It's got like a zip top, so it's like that big.
Damn. Okay. I know. The problem is I might do it.
Chocolate-covered pretzels. There's a lot of good stuff.
It's just one of those things. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, just make some cookie dough.
But they do it for you.
Dolly Parton has recorded a new version of 9 to 5. If you have never heard Dolly Parton's 9 to 5, you're lying to yourself. Your 4-year-old knows that song. I don't know how to explain it. It's everywhere. You've heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Basically, her new one is 5 to 9. People have to work 2 jobs now.
I see.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it's like, you're working 5 to 9 too besides that. Obviously, Dolly's all fired up for it. Dolly Parton also in the news because I guess Barack Obama had reached out to her and said, I should have given you a President Medal of
Honor.
Freedom. Honor.
Yeah.
Right, honor. Thank you. But he did. So he was like, Biden will give it to you. So then Dolly Parton came out and said, well, Trump tried to give it to me twice, but the first time her husband was really sick.
Right.
And then the second time was because of all the COVID restrictions. She didn't want to fly. So I kind of like Dolly on this one. Now she goes, you know what? I might just not accept it.
Maybe it's just not meant to be.
Yeah, well, and she's just saying, like, because then people are going to be like, Dolly, how could you take it from the Democrats and not the Republicans? So I like Dolly Parton just kind of like, that's not my thing.
Yeah, everyone's made everything
right.
stupid.
She is right.
Yeah, she's Dolly Parton.
They just want to put that necklace around her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's only one thing that Dolly Parton really dislikes and speaks out about it.
What's that?
Staten Island Chuck. Fake ass groundhog. So you guys, you know what? I've seen this, like a frame of this movie 1,000 times. I've never actually watched it, but it was a 1974 movie called Game of Death. Now it starred Bruce Lee and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, I think I've seen exactly
Get
as much as you have.
Really? I gotta watch that.
Have you never seen that frame?
No.
Oh, it's crazy because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was learning from Bruce Lee,
right?
But it's just the size different.
Oh no! I thought it was just him in Airplane. I didn't know.
Oh no, he and Bruce Lee, man, they were homies.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah,
it's
I believe you.
So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was talking to a bunch of people, and he was just saying how much he likes Cobra Kai, like pretty much everybody on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
He said, quote, like, Bruce would have loved this reimagining because he saw martial arts not just as a way to defend yourself against enemies, but as a way to defend against one's own self-destructive impulses. It's important to win, but more important to be fighting for something worthwhile. Basically, he's just like, listen, man, I was buddies with Bruce. He would have liked this show.
He would dig the show.
Yeah. He also says, the values for teaching the young audience. But this is what you'll enjoy. He goes, Bruce, who also appreciated humor and was quite the jokester, would have loved that the show doesn't take itself too seriously. In fact, it's much funnier than the movies. Which,
yeah, I agree. For sure, man.
I'm glad he's digging that.
Have you watched Karate Kid, the original? I mean, recently.
Fairly recently. We wanted to get my son up to speed so he understood what was going on in Cobra Kai. So
have you?
Last 45 minutes. I caught it halfway through.
Yeah. Mike, did you watch Cobra Kai?
Nope.
You didn't watch any of it? Yeah, I was just wondering, because I watched all of Cobra Kai, loved it, but I have no desire to go back and watch the movie.
I was not dying to watch the movie, but again, just so the kid understood why Johnny and what's-his-face, Ralph Macchio, had this beef, you go like, it all started here, right?
Yeah, all right, I get that.
And if you were in any of those movies, they bring your ass back for Cobra Kai.
Yeah, the one guy died already. Season 2, they bring him back. He's a part of the original Cobra Kai. Next thing you know, he's dead.
Cue the text line.
Yep.
Spoiler. You're going to say spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. What was it, season 2? We're on season 3. I figured enough time passed, right?
We'll find out.
He's not the most important character, right?
Well, not anymore because they killed him, Miles.
Yeah, I mean, he's only there for one episode.
And a half.
Oh, does he come back from the dead?
One kind of crazy thing here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, original name Lou Alcindor. I'm not going to bring it up. People can look it up for themselves in his high school basketball career. He says that Bruce might not like the fighting scenes because they're a little too sanitized and not aggressive enough.
You know, I read that quote and I'm like, these are kids, like...
They're not at that skill level.
You threw a kid over a stairwell and he broke his back. It was smashing glass. I'm like, how aggressive? They're not out to kill each other. It's still high school kids. They're not going to be ripping each other's throats out.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I was kind of shocked at the aggressiveness and how violent it was in some of the fight scenes.
Yeah, I mean, it's silly, but you're like, damn, man, you have that dude up.
Well, in the original one, too, like, there's a couple fights on the beach.
Yeah.
Right? But there's not, like, it's mostly just at the tournament.
Even the headbutting drill. You know, you're like, oh, God.
Right. Jesus. Not aggressive enough. Right, exactly.
Where's this one? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the tournament barely even matters. I'm not even sure. Like,
they fight all the time.
Right. And it's just like roaming karate gangs.
Oh, you're at this party? Well, now we're at this party. Karate fight. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're getting an ice cream cone? I came here to get an ice cream cone. Karate fight.
I still don't know anybody under the age of like 20 that does karate. Like, I meet a lot of kids that do taekwondo.
Yeah.
I know some kids that do jiu-jitsu. I just feel like karate is kind of one of those arts you don't see as much anymore.
No, you don't. It's just fallen out of fashion. But probably this is bringing it back.
I bet you it is.
I was punching stuff the other day, just all fired up.
Yeah, but that's because you're on meth.
I got Missouri meth. A lot of show, obviously every year shows end. There's some letter grades out for some of the 2020 series finales. A lot of these shows, honestly, I'm not going to bring up because I don't think anybody in here ever watches them. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. Miles, I know you like S Creek. They got an A-.
Okay. I have not seen the last season of that.
All right.
Really?
It was not available on Netflix when I was watching it.
So you're the one who told me to watch the show, and you told me for months, check out the show.
It's
Finally
not
checked
available
out the
yet.
show. I've watched the whole damn thing. I can't believe it.
Yeah, but you have a different service than I do to get that.
I have them all.
Right, exactly. I just have
and
Netflix.
cable, so you can get IFC.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, right? That's where it airs, right?
I think so.
I think it's on IFC.
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix, but they didn't put the last one on.
Well, because they got to give the actual networks a chance to air it and stuff.
What network was it on?
Netflix.
No, I mean, was it IFC originally?
I'm pretty sure it was on IFC.
Because the way we watched it, I didn't realize it wasn't initially a stream show.
Yeah, you might have been watching it on demand.
That's exactly,
Well, like season 3 of All American just came out, right? Now it got saved by Netflix, but it still airs on the CW.
Okay.
So like I'm just recording it right now on the CW, and then in a few months it'll get to Netflix. Where
plus it's Canadian, so who knows what goes on?
Wacky Canucks.
Yeah. Modern Family gotta be. That's still a good show. People like that one a lot.
That show that is a funny show, I think.
Yeah. BoJack Horseman. All right. Now these are series finales. That got a B+, which I know we've talked about it. I got to jump back into that one. That one got really dark there, like comedic, too dark. But everybody that likes that show is like, give it another shot and this and that. And I know you guys don't watch it, but Mike and I talk about like Rick and Morty. Like season 3, like by the end of the season, they like make jokes about how dark it got, but it was just like, Jesus, man. We're dealing with like the parents' relationships, and the mom could have been this, but they had a kid, and she's blaming the dad. Just like, I mean, real nasty stuff that goes on in real relationships.
They copied that from the Flintstones. Hey, Fred, if we didn't have Bam Bam, I could have been somebody.
Right? I could have done something with my life.
That's right.
The Kids' Choice Awards, they don't care about COVID. They're still sliming people, which I think you got to do.
It's a vaccinated slime.
Just waiting for another NFL game.
Yeah, right. Well, the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, granted, I don't know how many people are going to be there. Kenan Thompson's hosting.
Of course he is.
Kenan Thompson's very likable.
He's a likable guy, but I feel like with Nickelodeon, he's like the Tina Fey and Amy Poehler for the Golden Globes. Yeah. He's like their go-to guy.
Basically,
they should have someone creepy host. It should be like Christopher Walken. The kids don't know who he is, and kids, understand there's a lot of programs you really enjoy. Make them uncomfortable.
I just like that, like,
slime me and I'll cut you.
They're like, hey, look, we're not going to have an audience, this and that. It'll be a little different. But they're like, it's the Kids' Choice Award. It's Nickelodeon. We got to slime somebody.
You have to.
Yeah.
Probably just Kenan all night.
Nah, they'll slime somebody else. They'll get somebody else in there. Like, dude, trust me. If Nickelodeon called up and said, hey, we need a slime dummy. I'm your dummy.
Without
slime
question.
me. I don't care.
Like being in a dunk tank.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get slimed.
You wouldn't do a dunk tank of slime?
Am I on Nickelodeon?
You're on Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're not just going to dunk you.
I'm just
slime.
thinking about a weird little offshoot dunk tank. Because for a while we had talked about that. I did some research. People get really sick of those things.
Yeah, when you think.
no kidding.
Think about it. It's not like it's chlorinated water, man. Somebody throws a garden hose in a phone booth and just keeps dropping multiple people in there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's not the cleanest stuff. Hell, I knew one guy that came out of there with syphilis.
Dunk.
All right. One of the favorite things people love about the Super Bowl is the commercials. But It's kind of weird, but I like these shows. Super Bowl's greatest commercials. You can watch that tonight on CBS, which is weird. It's generally when you watch TV, you don't want to watch the commercials, but if you put them all together, like, I'll watch these ones.
And they go back so far, too. You forget half of them.
You'll see horses kicking field goals.
I get the feeling I'll end up watching it, but you know me, so it's like, this is so stupid. I don't want to watch this. Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
The only complaint is it's just got too many commercials.
Yeah, when they take a commercial break and a show about commercials, you're like, really? We're going to commercial break?
You gotta be kidding me.
I'll sit here on the couch for the 7.5 minutes of the segment, watch commercials. Then
Don't put a commercial break.
Oh, it's time to pee.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Hey, all the Macholas, thank you so much for listening to the Men's Room podcast.
And thanks to our pals at the Advocates Law Firm for being great partners. Yes, even you, creepy Kyle.
Seriously, though, if you'd been injured as a result of somebody else in your car, on your bike, walking across the street, talk to our friends at the Advocates Law Firm and let them help you out.
Yeah, they're the best injury lawyers around, and they want to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Plus, your first consultation is free.
It's simple. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
At Avocado, we believe everyone deserves a safe, healthy mattress and a great night's sleep. That's why we're so excited to introduce our new Eco-Organic mattress, starting at just $6.99 with easy financing and made with the same incredibly comfortable, naturally cool materials you've come to expect from Avocado. It's a radically affordable, certified organic mattress held to the highest standards of social and environmental responsibility. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Florida man is arrested for calling 911 for a ride home and shows off his state pride. When you steal a U-Haul, then drive it through someone's home, there is nowhere that you can hide. Teens in Colorado deadly arson apparently set the wrong house on fire. If you want to booby trap your home, there's a Michigan man you can hire. And a man doing donuts in the snow accidentally launches his truck through a frozen pond. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
All right, top story. We go to Florida where a man got himself arrested. The man called 911 one night asking them for a ride home. Given that the department doesn't specialize in that service, he was turned down by the operator, to which he responded by violently cursing them out over the phone. Police responded by picking him up and taking him to jail instead. Why he's being reported on this is due to his mugshot, where he shows his Florida pride with an actual silhouetted tattoo of the state directly in the middle of his forehead.
It's amazing.
Have you seen this thing, Ted?
I have.
It's incredible. You can have pride in a state, but to just straight up tattoo the actual shape of the state on your forehead.
Particularly when that state is shaped like a limp penis.
What if he maybe got a great job offer in Ohio? Does he say, no, I can't take it, I got the Florida one.
Right.
Well, he's not going to get that great job offer.
Right.
Then again,
he's not going to get a great job offer in Florida.
Then again, if you're truly considering that kind of a tattoo just dead center on your forehead, I may question some of your choices.
That guy should be giving me 3 darts for $1.
You bet. Another news.
It's ridiculous, but I'm just like, wait, well, that guy loves Florida.
He loves it.
We got 3 football teams. In other news, the internet is once again torn on a photo. You may recall a while back the infamous dress. Was it black and blue or was it white and gold?
White and gold.
No, it wasn't. It was black and blue. Then there was the sneaker that nobody could quite tell what colors it was. And now the World Wide Web is torn on an avocado and whether or not there is a pit in said avocado.
I haven't seen the picture. I saw the headline and I refused to click on it because I realized I don't care.
I mean, I do have it if you want to make your estimates, make your guesses.
You have it right there?
I have it right here.
Yeah, I'm going to look.
Come on over here. Does this avocado have a pit in it or not? So the thing is that the optical illusion... Does it? Or is it an empty void? That's the thing. The optical illusion is you can't tell if the pit is rising up or sinking down into the avocado to where it actually used to be.
I'm saying it is only because you can see the bottom.
All right. Yeah, they did darken it up a little bit to hopefully help it out a little bit, but still people aren't quite positive. Miles, what are you thinking on that one?
I think it's that we need better things to do with our time.
You know what? Of all the things that we have to worry about, I'm glad that we can worry about this one.
Okay.
Does that avocado have a pit in it? I don't know.
It does, Mike.
Look it up and check it for yourself. I agree with you, Ted. I think it actually does. I fully agree.
It's got a pit.
I just want the guac. I don't care. I don't care. You took it out.
If it does, take the shotgun thing
Take
out.
it out if you need to. Mash that stuff up.
Quit wasting my time asking questions. Police in Michigan serving a man a warrant in connection with a stolen credit card found a little more in the home than they bargained for. After busting into the home looking for their suspect, they found that the house was actually booby-trapped. After finally tracking the man down and taking him into custody, they tacked on attempted murder charges along with others.
Yeah, that's the problem with booby traps. So we did look this up earlier. Mike just said, booby trap, where do you think it comes from? Now, obviously, you can say a stifling bra, but in the end, I'm like, man, probably the bird, the booby. Mike looked it up. They're not 100% sure, but that seems to be what it was. Like sailors?
Sailors, right.
They wanted to eat?
Right, they needed to eat something, and to be honest with you, the booby is a kind of a dim bird. It's not exactly the smartest, so it's easy to catch anyway. But you make the trap that they just kind of fall into, and that's how it became a thing to where you lure stupids into this trap.
It's something you've always heard. I just wanted the origin of it.
Absolutely.
Because I knew it wasn't really what I was hoping.
Well, I know, but look, there's birds called boobies and there's birds called tits, right? I mean, there are. That's the bird world. So when you bring it up, you're like, you gotta wonder. Did a 14-year-old kid come up with this, or is this an old
There's probably more dirty variety, word-wise, of birds
than
any other animal, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
We may find out tomorrow, and with that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for Big Dummy, and the head chef is back with Ted's meat and potatoes.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.